Hey y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Catch That. I am naturally Elise, and that's my brother.
JR.
And we are the R&B representatives, and we are excited to bring back a very familiar face on the R&B representative program. And that is the very good brother, Dart Adams. What's up?
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Dart Adams from Dart Adams's living room, rocking his R&B sweater.
Oh boy.
Yes. This is going to be a fun one. They usually are because anytime I'm with y'all is a good time. But
Yeah.
this in particular is going to be a very special episode of the R&B Represent Us.
Mhm.
Can't even stop laughing. So, JR,
Yes.
how about you tell the cousins
Yes.
what album that Dart was coerced to do, and because you're not as familiar with the album as we are, why do you think it's important to talk about it from your limited experience?
Okay, so the album we will be discussing will be the brand new Heavies, brother sister. This album is I heard it and I listened to it, but I'm not really so much in depth on this album. And I know a lot of people are kind of like me for real. So I know Elise and Dart knows this album like it's nobody's business. And Elise finally got somebody to do it because she's been wanting to do this album for the longest. So it's definitely gonna be a learning session for me. Like some of the songs I do know. So y'all, I'm engaged. Don't but this is gonna be a great episode because it's a learning one for me anyway. You know what I mean? So I'm hyped. I'm so hyped for this. So yeah. So y'all know how we do here, Dart and Sis. Y'all know how did y'all get introduced to the brand new Heavies?
So, thing is, back in the early 90s, record stores were like these wonderlands, these treasure troves. Like you just fall in there and you'd be in there for hours. But there was this really interesting era coming out of the early 90s with the UK. One of the entry points in the late 80s was like Soul to Soul, right? But Soul to Soul introduced us to this woman named Karen Wheeler. And what this did was force us to go to the record store and stare at the UK import section. And the UK import section had Karen Wheeler's UK Black, Blue was the Color of Pain, Living in the Life with all the different remixes,
Yes.
Stop the Beat, Hold the Beat, Rock the Beat that we couldn't afford. And we're just staring there looking at it like, I can't, but I know. And the thing is that we had cousins, family, DJs, people in the industry who would come back and forth from the UK with these records that they didn't buy for the import price, and they would spin them at the club or play them, or people would get the promo version for free,
Mm-hmm.
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 and we didn't have that luxury. So all this dope music is coming over from the UK. And we don't have any access to it. I first hear of brand new heavies during this same era, the early 90s. And this is an era when there was this label called Talking Loud. And it was led by a man named Giles Peterson. And he was putting out these amazing albums. It was like this fusion of jazz, soul, funk, disco, R&B. And we just didn't have that thing here yet. And BET had this dude, the unseen VJ, Alvin Jones, who would throw these videos from the UK on occasionally and put them on video vibrations.
Yes,
And
yes.
Mm-hmm.
but we couldn't buy the shit, JR. We couldn't buy it.
Mm-mm.
So I'm watching videos for songs by Galliano. And a lot of folks are like, who the hell? Um, Young Disciples. Eventually, they released it in America. Apparently, nothing. Apparently, nothing, nothing, apparently. Right? So they dropped that. And then there was the brand new heavies. Now,
Mm-hmm.
we heard the brand new heavies like a year after they first hit and they first hit the import section. Right? So
That part.
this is when I'm introduced to all this stuff and the idea, the concept that is acid jazz, along with incognito. You know,
I was about to say Incognito.
and yeah,
Yes, God.
along with
Uh-huh.
Incognito. And
Mhm.
it took years before they finally made it across the pond, as they say. But that's how I was introduced to brand new heavies originally.
Mhm. So I was like, I was vaguely aware. I knew heard a few songs, but again, like it wasn't anything that I could have tangibly, in ye old 94. But it wasn't until honestly of me like really digging into the music was probably not until about 98 or 99. And this is the CD that I bought in 98 or 99.
Oh, see the cover?
Wow. Wow.
And it was funny when I got this record. This is from the UK. This is
Mm-hmm. See the
uh,
cover?
yeah. uh But I remember I got this CD and it was used. It was a used CD, and and I was like, "Oh, I know them. That's cool." And then I like went home and popped it in, and I didn't take it out for a long time. It got me. It was like, cause I know Dream on Dreamer. I mean, who don't? At an elevator or grocery store near you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But oh, it sucked me in, and then like it never got out of my rotation of things. Jay, I can tell you all my playlist. It's a brand new heavies dipped in it somewhere if it's any kind
Yes, it is.
of. So so yeah, I just was vaguely aware, and then like hit the jackpot, and then that was like a gateway drug for a bunch of other stuff. Really, gateway drug back to like jazz and stuff. Period. Honestly, so.
Well, mine was in 1991 when I heard Never Stop.
Mm-hmm.
That was the big record. Like it was out of here. So,
Yeah.
but I think my uncle might have had the vinyl, if I'm not mistaken. And that because then I went back, and that's when I started listening to that first album that they came out with. Was it 1990? Because you said
Yeah.
they hit in 91, right? But it came out in 90, right?
90.
It came out in 90 in the UK.
Okay, in the UK. Okay, got it. So I remember listening to it, and yo, they are definitely giving me JB James Brown vibes to a T. Because when I hear those songs like on this album, on the first album, Dream Come True, People Get Ready,
People get.
um,
Hmm.
Give Me One of Those, Shake Down, Stay This Way. Never Stop made me go back to that. And that
Mm-hmm.
first album is dope to me. But see, I did not know that you couldn't get it. You couldn't get it. And that's why I Never Stop really hit for them. And it got them the visibility that they needed so everybody can go back and get it. And mind you, they probably was on tour, like touring like a year by then. Once it hit here, you know what I mean? So I just remember that being on BLS all the time. I remember it being on Kiss all the time, and they played that song was the joint. And now when I see them on Apollo, you saw how the crowd was losing their minds on the Apollo. You know what I mean? So after then that's when I kind of really got into them. And then when they came out with this album that we're talking about, because this came out in 94, it was a lot of albums that came out in 94. And this one was just one of the ones for me that I listened to, but I didn't go back to it a lot. You know what I mean? So, but again, that's how I was really able to become a fan of them from Never Stop. But then going back, because that first album got some heat, like for real. Like, whew.
Yeah.
Now that's in rotation now, as you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the second life, all the things got with all those wonderful JD mixes and things.
Yes.
Oh Lord.
They're so good.
So so you had the first singles, the 12 inches, the B-sides, then you get the album finally coming over, and then they with Delicious Vinyl as opposed to London Records, which is their label overseas. And that's another issue, and we're gonna get into that as well, because you can't avoid it.
Yeah,
Um
you
and
can't.
Right.
because no, seriously, because Delicious Vinyl handling this record, they kind of overthought it and underthought it simultaneously. Now, when you get to Heavy Rhyme Experience, they're like, how do we endear this band to the hip hop community,
Mhm.
because this is the era of alternative rap. This is also the era of everybody rapping with a band because they changed the sampling laws and then they added interpolation.
Okay.
And so, yeah, so they entered the Heavy Rhyme Experience
Mhm.
album. It's like, this is how we're going to introduce y'all to a whole nother audience. And this is back when the Source used to have two sections: Ear to the Street and Hip Hop Alternatives.
Yep.
And you would see brand new heavies or these other type of groups that played instruments in that section in the Source magazine. And then this is pretty much why Vibe was created. Vibe was pretty much created to write about these type of albums, these type of records, and they specialized at it. The journalists that they had on staff loved these albums down and gave them the respect they properly deserved. And
Mm-hmm.
I fully credit them for helping to spread the gospel, but also BET's Video Vibrations for even raising people's like awareness that these records existed and having us go to the record store
Mhm.
and look for it and ask for it and realize, oh, it's not even available here yet. To the point where these record labels with their UK versions, were like, hey, people want these albums. We got to start, bringing these people over. And when they did, shit started changing. Now, specifically in '94, we already have brand new heavies have had hot songs in '91, '92, and then people still playing them in the clubs, and they're still in rotation on mixtapes in '93. And it's also helped by the fact that India Davenport, Miss Lady, India Davenport was beloved by the soul, funk, R&B, and dance club community
Mm-hmm.
all simultaneously.
Mhm.
So she was on this little song. I don't know if you heard this album called Jazzmatazz. It was called Trust
Little,
Me or
little.
something like that.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
And she was on that. And now the song didn't do well chartily, but in terms of like the people them, that song was everywhere. It resonated with people. The
Mhm.
video got played all the time. It was on mixtapes forever, and
Mhm.
people played it personally. So it was very clear that the people were clamoring for some damn India Davenport. Going into '94, early '94, they start releasing singles for this new, highly anticipated album by Brand New Heavies. Now, I have to lay down the landscape because '93 into '94, the jazz, funk, soul, alternative, music landscape is a different animal. The Roots had been signed by Geffen. Justice System had been signed. These are both hip hop jazz bands, right?
Mhm.
And touring. So what starts happening is Sade ends the tour and her band doesn't have anything to do. So they start rehearsing and coming up with something new. And by 1994, they have now become Sweetback and they're out doing shows performing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In New York, there's this other band that plays like jazz and stuff like that, and they play on sets with other like hip hop acts. Like they tour with Queen Latifah and people like that. This band called the Soul Sonics. They released this record called Jazz in the Present Tense. A lot of
Yep.
people don't know that shit exists.
Mm-hmm.
Incognito's coming off their album Positivity, which was released in the UK in '93, and in '94 it's blowing up in the US. The start of '94 is blowing up in the US. Positivity. There's a band Foreplay Between the Sheets is being played. There's this dude Norman Brown After the Storm. He's like this jazz musician. It's just being played. But also black music in the UK, they don't really get how to sell it over here. So there's this band from the UK, well, it's this R&B group of women called Eternal. They had a song called Stay.
Stay. Yeah.
And stay with me tonight. And it kind of comes a hit because BET played it. And they're like, wait, people like this? So they start bringing up more stuff. So US3, who's on like the same label and like in the same group as Talking Loud and all these other people. So they're in the same Incognito, US3, Brand New Heavies crew, right? US3 starts blowing up with Cantaloupe.
Yeah. Bitty bitty pop.
And we don't get it. I'm like, why is this shit blowing up? This shit's trash. But it's blowing up. So it's like, all right, it's from the UK. So then they start releasing M People from the UK. M People's Moving On Up blows up. and the clubs. So they're like, oh, we could just do anything. So the first thing they release when they think of this album is like, all right, and this is where they fuck up. They released two versions. There's two versions of this album. All right. The first single was a no-brainer. The No Singer's a no-brainer. Dream On Dreamer.
Ugh. Mm.
They released Dream On Dreamer, and it does what they expect it to do.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of has. Remember when we talked about the effect of so when we talked about Amel and Bryce's group and how everybody was just in love with Tell Me?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
This was kind of that.
Mm-hmm.
Dream On Dreamer, because people would not let go of this goddamn song.
No, it still ain't.
Mm.
I hear
Yo,
this in grocery stores too. Like,
And people being there, they be singing along.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
The difference with this though is that so I guess they didn't know how it was gonna hit. Dream On Dreamer, this gonna sound crazy. I had to go look this up to make sure. Dream On Dreamer hits the hot dance music charts. All right.
Mm.
First, it's the number 25 R&B single, number 33 club plays on April 9th, 1994. It's the Hot Shot debut, which is a rare thing for a single when it first enters the charts.
Right,
Right?
right.
You fast forward. I said April 9th, right?
Yes.
Fast forward May 24th, 1994. It's number 4 in club play on the Hot Dance Music chart. Okay? So you're like, wait a minute. This song has been hot for 2 straight months. And it's only getting hotter. But the album never got higher than when it entered the R&B albums chart on April 9th, 1994 at number 26. It just sank from there.
I was about to say, because it didn't even do that well though, which
That's
bugs
why
me
you don't
out.
that's why you don't know about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the reason why you don't know about it is because I was saying earlier that you have Delicious Vinyl handling the record in the US.
Yeah.
You got London handling the album in the UK and in Europe. This album went like diamond in the UK and in Europe.
I bet they know music. Hello.
Mm-hmm. But also they have a different feel and taste for what a single should be and how it should sound. Because the album sequencing, if you look at the UK album sequencing versus the American album sequencing, brother,
At least
sister.
then we have a conversation with that with Grat when we was talking about what you call it, loose ends, and how they had two different albums because the UK had their version and the US had their version. Mm-hmm. So this was the same with them too. God damn! Like what the hell?
And when we start talking about this album and going into it and the individual songs, we will break down how they failed this group.
Oh wow! Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus! Oh. Well,
yeah, and on the different versions, it's songs that appear on one and do not on the other.
Mm-hmm.
One of these things is not like the other.
Mm-hmm.
What in the hell?
It is a very different experience if you're listening to the UK version.
Well, which one's better?
I think the US version is slightly better, but what should have happened is they should have had an A&R oversee all this. And at the end, I'm going to tell you how this album should have been sequenced and what should have been on the one. Because we're going to get to how they failed. How they failed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All righty. Oh, God, what a breakdown. See, listen, where my pen at?
so I guess we're gonna go track through which one.
Right. Which one are we gonna pick?
Oh, we're gonna do the US version definitely.
Okay, the US version. Okay, got it.
We're doing the US version definitely.
Okay, cool.
So this one, kids.
Okay, so we're starting off with "Have a Good Time." I love that. They came in hard. What?
Oh yeah.
That's why I said they definitely James Brown like influenced like crazy. Like you can hear it. I was like, they the JB's part two? Like the
Mhm.
heck? Like for real. But yeah, this joint knocks. This joint knocks. I was like, I remember this. You know what I mean? I remember this actually being played in my house. I know probably wasn't my grandparents. It probably had to be my uncle. It had to be him. So yeah, I love this joint. This joint not. So opening the album with this, I'm good with it.
Yeah. The thing too for me is that on both versions of the album, they open with "Have a Good Time,"
Uh-huh.
"Brother Sister," "Dream
Uh-huh.
On, Dream On."
Yeah.
Both versions of the album open with the same theme songs.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And when we get to the end of one and the end of the other, they're both trying to tell people one thing. This is a brand new Heavies album. Because again, remember I said people are clamoring for an India Davenport record. And there are songs on this album that are very clearly this could have been on India's album, right? But the overlying thing is that this is a brand new Heavies record. And that's why the album opens with Have a Good Time
Mm-hmm.
and then goes into the lead single. But Have a Good Time is laying the foundation. We are a band. This is a group. We have a sound. One mind, one drum, one sound. You know?
Yeah.
And but it's like when you get a brand new Heavies record, this is what you want. This is what you need. This is what we're bringing. Now come into our world. Now take off your shoes, relax your feet, party on down, to the brand new Heavies beat. That's pretty much what we're saying with
Well, the
have a
better
good
group
time.
anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I cannot. I can't.
I went, well, look, it was there. I took it.
What have I got myself into?
I knew it was coming. You had to know it was coming. You had to know.
Yes, yes.
Walked right into it. I walked into the street and got hit with an e-bike because I was in the bike lane.
Bless your heart. But yeah, and the interesting way that this album is constructed, it's pretty much it's like you get a brand new Heavies, you're gonna get an damn near instrumental, or maybe it's just some chanting, or maybe one of the dudes get to sing, and
Mm-hmm.
but then that next song, it is in motherfucking deal. But then you go back to this instrumental joint or just some chanting.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. So
On the
have a
U.S.
good
version,
time.
anyway.
Oh yeah. Well, have a good time leads us into brother sister and brother sister. The opening. Doo-dum, ding, doo-dum,
Do-do,
ding.
do-do.
Ding-ding-ding-ding-ding. Doo-doo, doo, doo-doo, doo-doo, ding, doo-doo-doo, doo. Ding-ding-ding-ding-ding. Doo-doo-doo. And then we get it. Doo, 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 doo. Mm, doo, doo, doo,
Yes.
doo.
Ooh.
And we like, oh, this shit's finna be crazy. This shit finna be crazy. And it is.
That's it. Grandma said, sometimes you'll feel a sting. There'll be sharp turns, up hills, and closed doors. Mm.
Mm, mm. Now, 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 it's 94, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So this is the era when you have to make a conscious decision when you go to the record store. Because in 1994, I could get the cassette, which is on sale for $7.99, $8.38 with tax.
Okay.
Or I could get the CD, which is also on sale, $9.99, $10.49 with tax. And am I gonna regret it with those extra $3 missing out my pocket? Because in 1994, $3 could buy you some things. Can't
Yes.
now. That's
At
just
all.
tax. Now it's just tax. The $3 could buy you some things in 1994. So you had to make the decision. You had to make the decision. Do I want this on CD or am I fine with having it on tape? We was buying the goddamn CD. Let me just let you know. We was buying the goddamn CD. And
Or
if
you
we
can
could
be
hustle
late
some money
like
from
me
somebody.
and get to use John from
Mm-hmm.
live.
Now, if you could hustle and you knew somebody, you might even have got the damn vinyl.
Ooh.
But We're not gonna talk about that. And now, if you knew somebody else, like somebody who was slinging some pies or flipping some bricks, you might have been able to get the UK version on top of it. But I ain't want to gossip, so you never heard that from me.
Yes.
Now, Brother Sister was a powerful song. It layers jazz,
Funk,
soul,
funk.
R&B, funk, all of it. It's just dripping with that sauce, that bang, doo-doo, bang,
Yeah.
bang, 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 doo-doo, bang. And oh my God, this shit, when you play it in a car, not your car, but a car, when
But
it's
you
played in a sound system, oh, I want to uppercut a police horse. This shit bangs. Oh my Lord, straight into a fountain. Like, oh my Lord, Brother Sister is one of the all-time dopest
Yeah.
records.
Hmm.
I'm talking live band,
Mm.
all-time great vocalist. It has everything you want. Like, if you want to point to a piece of like what's a record, what's a song that moves you from this era that you think is one of the hallmarks of this era, Brother Sister, bro, bam, right there. But
It's some gospel elements in there too. That
sprinkled
That's
on
how
there
she, I
with
mean,
like
it's
crack.
how she even comes in.
yeah.
Don't you let your life just get you down. Like that's gospel there, yo. And then she smooth it out. You know how a gospel vocalist, they gotta smooth you in at first. And then she goes off. that
Yes.
Cause no one's gonna hand it to you on a silver platter.
And
I
the
love
That's
that
band,
my
part.
favorite part. Dun,
That's my part.
dun, 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 dun,
yes,
dun.
something you can't teach, something you can't teach is the chemistry that India has with this lineup, right? They've been doing it for years. They done made magic before. Like, you listen to Never Stop, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And you're like, yo, you have the trust of the listener, of the fan. And they're like, oh, we know you could deliver. But it's just like, how's it gonna sound now? And they just let you know, we still got it, motherfuckers. We still got it. And you know she got it. We got it. We got it.
We got the
But
jazz.
also, it's listening to this album was still like, so when she going solo? Unfortunately, that was still the feel. Even though I'm listening to a brand new Heavies record. Now, we get to the single, which we already love. Dream on, dreamer. Doom, doom,
Life
doom,
is
doom.
in the way, but the life you. Okay. Yeah,
These are some powerful ass songs. Like
Mhm.
over,
Yes.
over, over and
Over and
over.
over.
Hmm.
See, that is this stuff sticks with you. It
yes.
sticks with you. I'm telling you, you would be on the bus and somebody just be doing this. And you already know. Over, 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 and over. People would just randomly start singing parts from songs off this album. You already can think of which songs I'm thinking of. You know what I'm saying? Just off rip, if you know this record. And
Mm-hmm.
this record did not get any bigger than its opening 2 weeks. But it's not the fault of the record itself.
No.
It's the machine more than anything else. But Dream On Dreamer is one of those, like just like Brother Sister, it's one of those songs that endures. That it's like a touchstone and a call back to what was '94 like? What was the landscape like? What did the music sound like? You know, what was going on? Like if you were a music fan, or let's say you played an instrument or you were a vocalist, what's your callback? What's the thing that's sticking with you? What do you have as a reference point? Definitely Dream On, Brother Sister, two of those joints. And they're back to back on this record.
Yeah.
And that is a good call. Have a good time at the Brother Sister and the Dream On Dreamer. That is a 10 out of 10 album opener. All right?
Yeah.
Album opening 3 song sequence.
So nice. They did
Now,
it twice.
yep, yep. Now, This is where there's a departure between the two versions.
Right. I
But,
was just about to say, because didn't Dallas wrote this, right?
mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You was like, like, uh-oh.
No,
Oh, we got
because
another cold case. What is going on?
no, I'm saying because on the US version of this record, it goes into an instrumental. Because again, brand new heavies has to let you know it's a brand new heavies record.
And not a
Now they
Davenport.
did Davenport record.
Right,
So
got
you have the instrumental 10-ton take, right? Now 10-ton take is on the other record, but later. 10-ton take comes right after Dream On Dreamer, right? And
it.
it's an instrumental that I'll say living close to Berklee College of Music, the
It ain't
Boston
on this.
Conservatory, and
It ain't on this.
oh, word.
It ain't. Uh-uh.
Because wait, it's not on there after Back to Love?
No. Oh
Oh,
shit! I can't read. It is. I missed it. My bad.
yeah, it's on there after Back to Love, which is
Yeah.
another issue. Which is another issue. Um, so 10-ton take is like an instrumental, but like people that went to Berklee College of Music, went to the Boston Conservatory, doing conservatory music, who played at the Boston music schools. This was a song that they would like play to practice. This was like a song that they play to practice, and it's funny because a teacher had to bring this to the kids because they
Right,
were not buying it.
right. I was about to say, yeah,
They
yeah.
weren't they weren't up on this shit back then. Not really. No, the teacher definitely was somebody who brought this to them because I'd say there might have been like one or two kids at the school who are like me and my friends who are like music nerds, you know, of the UK. You know what was going on in the UK coming over here, you know, because yeah, you play stuff and everything else, but you have to have it's an extra level where you have to have no inside baseball, the ins and outs of what's going on in music in terms of that stuff. And a lot of people that age group, they weren't aware. So, but 10 tons take was an instrumental song. There was like a bridge, but it was like I know that these kids is playing this at this recital. All right, who's the adult that put them up to this? Because I know they did not pick this of their own volition. I know they didn't. Because
Absolutely not.
if they did, they're a different breed.
that 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 horn section, man, is just
Nasty.
nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like, who was it? It was Mike, Dennis, and Kevin, if I'm not mistaken. They were them three that was on there on the horn section. Because I think Kevin is playing the trumpet. Uh, hold on. Is Mike playing the sax, or is that Dennis? Well, the brass section as it is, that shit is funky as hell. And like you said, now it makes sense, Dart, because Dream On Dreamer, right? That is another Davenport record.
Mhm.
So they was like, no. We about to take this back to have a good time. So y'all can know this is us.
Mhm.
Where this is a band. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Y'all not gonna look like, oh, she's the lead singer, and the next record is gonna feel like that too. No. We taking you back to the band.
Yeah.
And they did. Because they
Mhm.
ate this. What?
Yes.
Woo. Jesus
So
Christ.
I know you need it.
10-ton take it's like an instrumental, it's the bridge, but what it does is it takes us right to Mind Trips, which is an anthem, damn near. It is India Davenport. Now, for all the rumors of the solo record, and it's not inescapable, I'm sorry. All the rumors of the upcoming solo record, you can't tell me this shit wasn't supposed to be on it.
Yeah.
She sings her face off on this shit. And also, the band is like with her, you know? They're not like, we're a band, oh, here's our vocalist. This is her. And like, pretty much imagine people in the front row screaming, India! you know. And she did Mind Trips is in the way it opens. God damn it! God damn it, America! God damn it, London!
Thinking
God
this
damn it,
too,
France!
y'all. I was gonna say this because me listening to the album like on the way home today from my drive from Virginia, and I'm listening to Mind Trips. I was like, why wasn't this a single? Oh, we're gonna get there. Okay.
Oh no,
Gotta
no.
stop all these games you're playing.
So shocked because it's their sound, it's her. So I'm like, hello, this could have been a single. This is 94. It would have fit into the dynamic of what was going on in 94. So I'm like, that's why I was gonna ask y'all.
Well,
I'm like, my trips could have been a damn single. Like, what are we doing?
well, there's this
JR.
other song on this album that she sang her entire fucking face off, and
Yes, she
that shit
did.
wasn't a single, and I believe that shit would have hit.
So I'm glad y'all said that shit.
Hmm.
All right. So 1994. What's going on in 1994? God damn it, I tell you. Janae,
Yeah,
Tony, Jodeci,
Aaliyah.
Michelle Ndege Ocello, Janet Jackson, Aaliyah, Mary J. Blige, still Tevin Campbell, Mick Condamnation,
Hands
Babyface,
off.
and Tony Braxton. So after I just read that list of what was hot at the goddamn time, you are 100% correct, JR and Elise. Mind Trips definitely should have been a motherfucking single. Now,
Yes.
can anybody in the studio audience uh, go to guess what the singles were in the US?
I have no idea.
I mean, I already know that though. But
Mm-hmm.
Dream on Dreamer, but
Mm-hmm.
uh, and spend some time.
Yes.
Full stop.
That's it?
Full stop.
So, so full stop. Spend some time became a single months, months later. And I'll talk about why. Months later. Like this album is released when the snow is still on the ground. When Spend Some Time becomes an official single, motherfuckers is about to go back to school.
That part.
Okay? Now, big mistake. Now the UK singles,
Okay.
JR and the Leaves.
But what were they?
JR and the Leaves. The UK singles were, of course, Dream on
Midnight at,
Dreamer, Midnight
at
at the Oasis,
and back to
which
love.
Wait a
Back
minute.
to
That was
Love.
a single overseas? Oh, they
Yes. Oh,
stupid.
but this is where it gets dumber. This is where it gets dumber. There's songs on this record that ain't on the UK version, but I feel as though, I'll get into that later. I'll get into that later. But yes, and I really feel like Mind Trips, along with other joints, should have been released stateside as singles. Now,
Facts.
there's a joint that comes later. That's the B side to Brother Sister, which the B side to Dream On Dreamer, my mistake, which further cemented people like me were like, oh, I'm getting this album. And I think the people that bought that single, because it wasn't high on the sales charts. I don't care where you look at. I don't care if you look at Jazz. I don't care if you look at Billboard. I don't care if you look at Cashbox. I don't care if you look at CMJ. It was never high on the sales charts, but it was very high on college radio, alternative radio, big in clubs and big in the dance community, always, right? But in terms of like sales, no. But I feel like this is a reason why they really, and this is Delicious Vinyl's fuck up. They they had made a version of the record for the US audience. They kind of missed the point. When they realized that, oh, it hit over here but not over here, they didn't pivot, and they released some songs that should they didn't release certain songs stateside that they should have been singles, because the UK is a different sensibility. All right, like there's a song that's a single over here, there's a single over there called Back to Love. Back to Love was a big deal in the UK. There's a video and everything.
It feels
Let me
very
t-
UK.
yes.
I know
And
you need it.
Yes. At least they did not play the Back to Love video on BET.
Didn't.
But they did play the brother sister video.
Did.
You know, they did not play the video for Back to Love.
Nope.
I'm
And now,
so lost because I'm.
okay, so when we come out of Mind Trips, right? Mind
Yeah, yeah,
Trips,
yeah. I'm there. I'm just like, how do y'all fuck up with shit like this?
yeah,
Bro,
But
you got a Back to Love video they made, and the US didn't play it,
no,
but the UK they loved it,
they loved it.
but
and it was a big record.
But them in the UK, yes.
yeah. But
But
sidebar, speaking of Midnight at the Oasis,
okay.
I heard that song at the time, but that was over there. But I heard
Mhm.
that. I think it was in a couple movies, isn't it?
Yes,
Isn't
it
it?
was. It was. At least, yes, it was.
Okay.
Matter of fact, later on, they did another song that was in the movie. It's the only way it made it over here,
Uh-huh.
and we gonna discuss that too. But there's a lot of things that went wrong. But Mind Trips is a jam. It's a
Yes,
banger.
It
It
yes, it
is.
is.
should have been a single.
Dude.
Yes.
And thank you for saying it, so I didn't have to.
Oh yes, yes,
But
yes.
what happens is after we get out the India Davenport, clearly a joint that should have been on the solo record, we get to a record that very clearly, right afterwards, we send in the joint, we send in the message. This is a brand new Heavies album. And what's the song called?
Hey, that joint knocks, yo. That knocks.
Oh my God. This
That was
shit.
my
Now,
verbal stem yesterday because when I was talking to JR, I kept on going. I was stimming a little bit. No.
I was playing it maybe like an hour before we came on. I was just like I had it going like 3 times in a row, and I'm just like this.
How come you're such a yeah? Yo, that man, I was in my car like blasting it. That's why you say it sounds different in the car, like for real. Because when you playing it, I'm playing it like on my computer and all that. I'm like, okay, whatever. But when I got in the car, I was like, God damn, this shit is hitting different. Like,
Mhm.
what in the
And you
fuck?
know what? Thematically, it's a great follow-up to Mind Trips.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm like,
Because
oh,
like
it's a theme.
y'all is saying, this is a brand new Heavies album. So they
Mhm.
like be giving her
Oh, yeah.
Lady
I made the
Davenport
subject
her
matter.
love.
Mind
Yeah,
Trips fate.
yeah, yeah, yeah. True.
So the reason I wanted to do the US version is because the UK version to me, I'm like, this is the version that hit because the sequencing over there is have a good time, brother, sister, dream on, dreamer, midnight at the Oasis, which I do enjoy, back to love, 10-ton take, mind trips, spend some
Spend
time.
some time.
What? That's a completely different experience.
Spend some time.
That's a completely different fucking experience. And when I heard the UK version, and mind you, that shit was expensive. I was like, this don't go, bro.
Mm.
This don't. This shit wrong. There's something wrong. All up in here. Like, this is the version that y'all went crazy for. The US version had a better, I think, had a better spine, but I think it fucked up in key places. But I still love this record. But it could have been more, could have been better if they had tweaked a couple things. But that version, that sequence, I don't know if I'm jamming to that. Like if this was the only version, if the UK version was the only version, I would have a completely different feel about this record. We'd be talking about some different shit.
It don't flow.
It doesn't flow. But this over here,
This shit right here.
we're gonna give you band India, India, band India, band India, band. That hits different. And because also it's working on the American psyche. I think they knew the American psyche was we were clamoring for some India, but we love brand new heavies. So give us the mix. But I think that there's a place where it's like overall with the album, they overthought one thing in one particular area. But with the UK version, they were just like, we can do anything and y'all gonna love this shit. And I'm throwing shit at the wall. Just throwing shit at the wall.
See
Just
what
throwing
sticks, man.
shit.
Man.
And that's what happened with the UK version because y'all can't tell me otherwise. I've heard the UK version. I've heard the UK version on cassette. I've heard the UK version on vinyl. I've heard the UK version on CD. And let me tell you, that shit don't hit, bro. That shit don't hit, young. That shit don't hit, Joe.
So you covered all the regions.
It don't crank like they used to tell me when I was in Baltimore. It don't crank, young. You a mo. Why you gonna play this shit? Play the other version.
Right.
You a lunchbox. You gonna play the UK version of Brother Sister? You lunching right now, Joe.
Luncheon.
That's exactly what they would have told me. They would have been
Bama.
right. They would have been right. You Bama ass Bama.
What's the next song? Ooh. Oh. Oh, then
Okay.
spend some time.
Sometime the
So
only
Spence,
U.S. Y'all said the only single.
it's
That
the
was
UK.
it.
It
This
was
is
a
my shit though. Like hard
yeah.
body. Um,
It was big in the dance community, and it was big on like in the clubs. There were different versions of it, but like the original version, I like the song. But the thing is that the unfortunate thing about spend some time, the unfortunate thing about spend some time, even though I love it, is that it's fake. Spend some time, right? Mind trips, fake. Spend some time, and I'm like, why did it take so long for this to be a single?
yeah.
Why did it take 6 months
That
for the
shit
record
needed
label to be like,
they
This
should
need
even though Dream on Dreamer was so big, they should put the shit out anyway. And then
right,
like they should have just put it out anyway. It wasn't gonna stop shit that was happening with that, but you had something else. And that shit was fucking fire. Like, I don't get it.
right. They could have put this right out, and during that time, it would have fit. You
"Mhm,
had people. It was the summer. You would have had people rocking. You would have had people
exactly,
dancing. But y'all put it
exactly.
out in October.
Making love,
What?
making plans.
Don't make sense.
Ooh.
Listening to this for the first time, I
Mm.
go from brother sister to dream on, dreamer to 10 ton tape to mind trips to fake to spend some time. That is an old time for 1994. This album should be raised to the rafters for that sequence alone. We ain't even like we like halfway through the record. This record should be venerated, but it's not because of reasons. And yo, before we did this episode, I said, yo, what was the issue with this again? Because I'm like, why do I have so many memories about this? And then I immediately started playing it and I realized, oh yeah, that's right, there's two versions. Oh, there's extra songs. There's three extra songs. Really. There's three extra songs. And that's the thing that we're gonna close with. But spend some time. I love
Yeah,
spend some time.
me too.
I love spend some time. And it kind of upsets me that a song I like, a song I love, a song that is did nothing wrong is obscured by a label decision or a A&R who overthought something or someone who didn't see something coming. It takes away from the enjoyment of music. Business takes away from the enjoyment of music. I fucking hate that.
Mm-hmm. I do too.
It's such a happy song too. It
Mhm.
has like that
Yeah.
happiness to it.
Sometimes trying to figure out what to do this
Yes,
love, what to do this love. Ah,
yes.
and this
And coming
album,
off fake, we
one
need
thing
it.
I say about this album, it's such a sing along. Like
Mhm.
uh, It's like it because sometimes with good singers you don't sing along because
They too good.
but her voice is that level of good, but it's just a accessibility about it that's just
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, also for the era, right? We coming out of what gets us here, right? And what gets us to the brand new heavies? I mentioned Galliano. I mentioned Young Disciples. Apparently, nothing. Apparently, brand new heavies is right there with Jamiroquai,
Jamiroquai.
who we
Yeah.
gonna talk about in a minute because I feel like they're one of the reasons why I kind of feel like they're one of the reasons why Delicious Vinyl kind of gave up on promoting the album during a certain time because Emergency on Planet Earth kind of blew up. And they were like, oh, that's what y'all want? Incognito kind of kicked the door open for this shit to even be there in the first place in the space. But then you also had Vertical motherfucking Hold, right?
Making me
And
wait, making me wait too long. I'm sorry.
But next to Vertical Hold, you also had this group called D Influence, who a lot of people do not discuss. That's how we got to her, right? And then on top of that, we got this little band that came out in 1994 who kind of like opened people's eyes to the possibilities of what this shit could be called the Jazz Hole, right? The Jazz Hole had this record called Forward Motion. It was getting played on BET around the same time all this is happening. That first Jazz Hole record, a lot of people completely overlook that first Jazz Hole record because they think about the second one with Shining Star on it. But
Mhm.
that first Jazz Hole record from '94, that shit kind of pried open the window so that things can even be what it was going forward, right? Now, then you got the Four Heroes and like the Jazzanova, but like really right here, Brand New Heavies was about we're going to foster this love of bands playing live that can either back up a singer, play on their own, or just be appreciated for what they are in musicianship alone, or you have a vocalist right there and you can interact, you can mix this vocalist out, which is what Sweetback picked up the ball and ran with later on. They
Mhm.
were like, oh, okay, yeah, we're going to do that. And then there's Soul Sonic, who never really found the right vocalist, the right singer,
Mm-hmm.
and they kind of got forgotten. But when we get back to the record, we go from spend some time back into, oh, it's a brand new Heavies record. So we gotta give y'all a little interlude with Los Burritos.
Mm-hmm.
Los Burritos is quick.
Yeah, that's a quick one.
It's quick. You know, like you don't fast forward it, you don't skip it, you just let it play because you know you're gonna get to the next song. Now back to Love, I unfortunately in this record and this I love Brother Sister Dream On Dreamer, 10 Ton Take, Mind Trips, Fake, Spend Some Time. And then there's those burritos that just exist. But on the end of that, Back to Love, I call that a laundry folding song.
I
Like,
know you need it.
yes.
Don't say you need it.
I wash dishes to get back to love. I fold laundry to get back to love. You know what I'm saying? I might cook with it playing, but it's not the record that I came for. You know what I'm saying? You play this in line when I'm waiting for my tacos. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But like in the UK, this was the jam. This was the Jamington. I don't see it, but I'm not everybody. I'm not gonna skip this song. I never will skip this song. I think it's dope. I like the fact that you get a male vocalist to duet with India. It gives you a different dynamic. And also the band is right there with you. There's nothing ever clunky. I love that they have this dynamic and I love that they have this chemistry that they'll always work out some shit that works. You may not like it as much as you like the other stuff, but it still jams. It just might not jam the way you want it to jam all the time. You know what I'm saying? There's Michael Jackson jam. There's Teddy's jam. You know what I'm saying? It's different kinds of jam.
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 Oh,
Oh,
Oh
oh
real
yeah.
jam.
jam.
And then
That's
Teddy's
that.
jam too, which is just
Damn.
too goddamn much. It's too much jam. Put some of that shit back in the jar.
Mm-hmm.
Put it back in the-
It's too much damn jam.
Oh.
But back to love. Um, like what else can we say about it? Like I do love that. When you listen to this record, right? I think about like Chic, the Four on the Floor, disco inspired records, like that is another dimension that was kind of untapped. So it's just like this is why people were rocking with this shit, right? Because hey now, play the good. Hey Bernard, do that shit that everybody love.
And one thing about brand new heavies, they have some killer ass bass lines, yo.
Oh,
Oh,
shoot. This
The
is why
bass
people used to. This is why people used to sample these motherfuckers. Like
indeed.
this is why people used to sample these motherfuckers. There were people that would just come straight by the record just to sample it. And I'm like, did you hear that album, motherfucker? We good. WEGUD. We good. All
YBN, you Black Niggas Network. Okay, sorry.
right. But yeah, man, that was the problem with the record for some people, man. It was like the brand new heavies was such a dope outfit in terms of just like being musicians and making dope bass lines and having these riffs and just the sections that were just like, oh, this is nice. Let me just take this. Did you listen to the album though? Listen to the album. I think that was one of the biggest failings too. That there were a lot of people that were just looking for sample sources and not digging into like delving into music discovery, period. And I think that brand new heavies were big for the music discovery piece because it wasn't just about the brand new heavies. It's about all these other bands
Mhm.
and all these other groups that were in their circumference.
Yep.
They were in their space, but also the groups that influenced them, and also the groups they end up influencing. We don't get a Survivor sound. We don't get an all that band. We don't get a lot of other groups without the influence of these cats. You know what I'm saying? So, thank you,
Mhm.
thank you,
Yep.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Jamiroquai don't. Jamiroquai don't hit the way they hit in '94 with Emergency on Planet Earth, and then have a career going forward without what the brand new heavies did. They don't. They don't. The Roots and Justice System were like in this space trying to carve out a niche, but they were already touring and they were already getting people's ears open. Like thank you. Go shake the goddamn hand. Shake a hand. Shake a hand. Um.
And what's funny, it was brand new heavies that got me to ever even do a deep dive of Jamiroquai. Because I was aware, he had the big, huge album, especially Virtual Insanity, all that shit, right?
Mhm.
But the brand new heads was made me because of that connection that made me go back and dig into that catalog.
Mhm.
So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Listen, I'm in class 101. That's why I'm sitting here. I look, y'all, like I know I'm not looking, but I'm typing into my phone the notes. I'm sorry. This is a class for me. I'm learning. I'm learning. So keep going, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm
Uh,
sorry. Because this album, mm, I'm just upset with the A&Rs for real.
oh, we're gonna get real upset when we talk about the next goddamn song,
Oh
and we
Snake
will.
Lord.
Hips, which is the B-side to Dream On Dreamer.
Is
Now, when I told y'all earlier, this single, because there's a couple of versions of the single, but there's one where it's like multiple versions of Dream On Dreamer, and there's one Snake Hips. And I heard this and I was just like, oh, I need this record. I need this record right now, hand now. What I don't know who I got to beat up. I don't know who I have to coerce. I don't know whose palm I need to grease. I don't know whose girlfriend I need to seduce. Whatever I need to do, whose tie I got to slash. I'm gonna keep saying stuff. I should stop. I'm incriminating stuff. What else do I need to do to get this record in my hand as soon as humanly possible? Because
Mhm.
this record gonna hit. When I heard Snake Hips, I was just like,
Dun, 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 dun,
yo,
dun, dun, dun.
I was like, yo, this is crazy. My brother and I was just like, yo, you hear this shit? They gonna go crazy on this next record, bro.
Yeah.
This shit gonna be crazy, dog. Oh man.
It's one of the records you could tell they have fun making it. It just like it's just that tight. It's just that like explosive but
Mhm,
contained at the same time. Like
mhm.
it's great. They have fun doing it.
Everybody can't do that.
at all.
Everybody can't do that. So I was just like rocking the Snake Hips, and I'm like, okay. And the thing is that while I'm listening to it, I know what's coming next because the sequence of the album has been India song, instrumental song, or a song that like really highlights what Brand New Heavies does the best. India joint, and then a song that highlights what Brand New Heavies does the best.
Right.
Snake
That's
Hips.
that's what it seemed like this album was doing.
Hmm.
Showcasing
Mhm.
her, showcasing the band. But even the band was still nice
Yeah,
behind her, but it was still showing.
yeah, yeah.
So you
But
knew, solo time.
and when we talk about solo time, we get right into Keep Together. Now, now,
Mhm.
JR and Release.
Yes.
Um, there are two songs on the UK version that aren't on this version. That if they were on this version, would have changed, I believe, um, everything. I believe that you could have put Midnight at the Oasis on this album, especially when you think about no, yes, the US audience is not a big fan of Midnight at the Oasis.
Oh no,
Put your camel
no,
to
but
bed. But
but
see, that's
remember
why.
you. Yes, they were because little old black girl Elise heard it in the movie and thought it was Bee's fucking knees, and other people know that version. So they didn't think that we didn't want that. But that wasn't reality because it did hit people. Cause I always thought it was a U.S. single, and it ain't.
See, okay, thank you for that. And I think that the A&R or the management or whoever was overseeing this record overthought that. And they were like, the US doesn't care for Midnight at the Oasis. But
Right.
also, I don't think either the audience actually would love it, but also the audience might not have even been familiar enough to discriminate against it or to poo poo it. But the version they did, especially the way the shit ends, oh, they would have loved it. Matter of fact, you would have had to tell them, you know that this is a version of this. What? They wouldn't have known. They would have gone back after the fact because this would have been the thing that they loved. This would have been when they thought of Midnight at Oasis. This would have been the thing they thought of. And again, when we're going back to the theme of India band India, band instrumental, band India, band India. I think this would have fit right in there. You could have slotted this in at any of those points, and it would have did nothing but help the album.
Yeah.
Now, when we get to Keep Together, this is very clearly, oh, this was a joint that India could have had on her record.
Yeah. Hmm.
I agree.
But this song is one of the reasons my one of my favorite albums is this song actually when when shit ain't right, I play this.
Mm,
It get me back on my square for real. Like in real life, I play this song if I'm sad, if I'm overly anxious. I play this song and it get me back. So
mm,
if I ever send you an encouraging playlist, I promise you this song is on it.
Yeah.
mm,
And I
mm,
make a lot of those for my people. And
Indeed, she does.
that one is on it
It is.
always. So yeah.
mm. I love this record, and when I hear it, I think, they had this one in the tank for you. I know they had this joint in the tank for you, but they were just like, you know what? Let's just put it on this record. Let's do some things. Let's work it out. So it's a brand new Heavies record. But this is very clearly, I think it's so obvious. I wrote my note for this song was "Keep Together" in Dear Davenport solo LP showcase record. That's the note next to this song. Dead ass.
Yep. Yep. What a song.
Kind of rough. Oh, you got to keep together, keep together, keep together. Oh, yeah, she could. Man, the bridge of that damn song, man, shut the fucking door and open it back up again. Oh my
That
God.
part. That part.
That bridge is not over troubled waters
Mm-mm,
at all.
mm-mm.
Tranquil.
Now, again, keeping with the theme,
Yep.
band record, group record, brand new Heavies record, and Dia solo showcase, we
Right.
get right back to people giving love,
Yep.
where they
Woo!
remind us, oh, you saw that four on the floor disco shit we did before, right? You heard that gospel tinged, soul funk that we did before, right? This time we gonna hit y'all because we're in the UK. We're gonna hit you with some reggae type vibes. We can do it all. Do you know what bands, you know what clubs we came up in? You know what bands we had as our contemporaries? We can do it all. Do you know what kind of MCs we were backing up at shows and we would just throw stuff at them and they would just throw stuff out and then they would improvise with us? Man, we bad as fuck, man. And this is just like proof because people giving love, I'm like, okay, so they're really showing out right now. This is one of the album highlights. This is one of the album highlights for me.
Yeah, I agree. It's such a, it's so different. It is so different, but powerful words.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I'm jamming to this on the way home, and I'm just like you said, y'all, that's what you got to do when you listen to this. It's just, damn, I don't even give a damn I'm in traffic right now. Like, this shit is hitting. Like, I'm like, damn, why didn't I come back to this album, though? But I know we're going to get into that, too. But I'm like, this shit, they is a fucking band, and I'm happy because I give Earth, Wind, and Fire horns, and I'll be like, their brass section is nuts. Brand new Heavy's brass section is not to be played with either. You know what I'm saying? Like, they kicking ass, and this is one of my favorites on the album, actually.
Mm-hmm. Same. And it, boy, they trick you in the first like two and a half
Oh, we give
seconds.
love. Sorry.
The first in the first 2.5 seconds, it's just and it's like it's like, oh, he got him.
Right. Because we thinking we going somewhere else and we get to a groove.
And
Yes.
hey,
Ah!
Oh man.
this song
But
is fun, and it's some cute and not in the derogatory way that JR be saying cute, but it's some cute usages of the
I get in it.
of of some different, reggae motifs in '90s,
Mhm.
in the early '90s, like the first half of the '90s. Like it was some stuff that worked. This is one of the ones that worked. There was
Yeah.
some that didn't, but this one worked.
Yeah. Yeah. We could you could write a mini chapter in a book about the ones that didn't. And people still talk about the ones that didn't. Because it's like, why did you even try that? How did that shit escape the studio? Why was this made a song that people played? Like, y'all know better, right? Y'all know what it's
Right.
supposed to sound like, right? You do, right?
Y'all
Or you
heard it
had
before,
people,
right?
yeah, you heard people. There are people in the office that do know, right? Because how did this shit escape the studio? This should have been burnt.
Cold world.
I'm just too like truthful, man. I'm just like sometimes I hear stuff and I'm just like, you know how music is supposed to sound, right? when it's good. You've heard it before, right? You work in music. You know
Mm.
people in music. Somebody should pull you to the side like, this shit shouldn't exist.
Mm-mm.
Anyways, we come out of people giving love and go to now. We talk about the album and what went wrong. We talk about the two versions of the album and how they're similar. For both these albums open the same way. Have a good time, brother, sister, dream on, dreamer. They both close the same way.
Forever
Forever in
and
daybreak.
daybreak.
Now, here's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
The UK version goes people giving love, a song that should have been on this record. World keeps spinning, the
The
world
world
keeps
keeps a spinning.
spinning, yeah, the world keeps
Keeps a spinning.
spinning. And I will say till my dying day, it was a massive mistake for who A&R or whoever oversaw this project to not have World Keep Spinning and Midnight at the Oasis on the American version of this record. World Keep Spinning not being on this record is malpractice.
It's criminal.
It's criminal. It's a disservice to music lovers.
Wait,
And
hold
for
up.
It's
this
punishable by
band,
death.
So
Hmm?
this is not on the US version.
No,
no.
it ain't.
The hell did I hear? Why did I hear this today then?
World Keep Spinning?
Because you listen to it on Spotify, probably. Or on some other service.
Oh, maybe. Maybe. Hold on.
Or something to that effect. I mean, I'm sure it's a million different they be doing
But
stuff
no,
and
what you call
things.
it don't.
Running things.
Hold
Yeah.
on.
Things.
Running
Yes.
things.
Okay. Yeah, y'all right. They
Okay.
remastered it for the 30th anniversary, and
Good.
it's on there.
Good. Good. Good goddamn job. Too late. Good goddamn job.
Yeah, because I remember years later hearing it. Because, like I said, I had this, and
Mm-hmm.
it was a while before I heard "World Keep Spinning."
Damn. Because there's two different versions and there's
I
two
mean,
different
when I got
covers.
in fact, I didn't hear it till about. I guess I had this record about 15 so years,
Hmm.
so I didn't hear it till about 15 years ago.
World keeps spinning. World keeps spinning.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I got the
I'm
vinyl.
like, how in the hell do you leave this off the US version? Somebody needs to be given five across the eyes. Now, that being said, the album closes the same way on both albums. Forever. Doom, 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 I can love you forever.
Hey, Dar,
Doom, doom, doom.
what was me and JR singing when you came into the Zoom?
Oh God.
Forever. Forever.
It
And I knew
was.
why. And I knew why. Now,
It's my favorite song on this record.
it's my favorite song on this record as well. And I maintain, Elise and JR, that even though the theme of this album has been brand new heavy record, India showcase record, brand new heavy record, India showcase record, brand new heavy record, India showcase record, I feel as though this album should have ended with Forever. I think Forever should have been this album ender. However, I know
Hard
why
agree.
Daybreak. I know why Daybreak ends the record the same way, same reason Have a Good Time opened it, and how Daybreak ends showcases that yes, this is a band album for everybody because it ends extremely jam bandy and extremely. This is a session that we decided to just keep going, and we were just shedding, and we just said, "Oh, we're having too much fun. Let's let it go." And we wanted the listener to feel the same way we felt because, as you said earlier, when you listen to records like Fake, when you listen to Snake Hips, it sounds like they're having fun.
Hmm.
It sounds like they're having a hell of a time. On the end of like Midnight at the Oasis, they were just like, okay, let's just be assholes and do whatever we want right now. And you can hear the frivolity, you can hear the fun, you can hear the camaraderie that they have as a band. And we know where you're going. I know where you're going with this. Fill in here. Even like on the record I was talking about was like, all right, it's kind of like a chic record. They were showing out. They were clearly having fun. Los Burritos is short, but they were still like, all right, what we gonna do with this? I feel like there's a longer version of that, and I would love to hear it. But Forever is, yes, my favorite song on this record. It's the one I played the most since the album's been released. It's the song I played the most times in a row. It's the song I will find myself just. I'll just hear that shit playing in my head at random moments. I love Daybreak. It takes me back to the Talking Loud era. It takes me back to all these other things, 94 going into 95 in terms of music. But Forever, I think, like, I love People Giving Love. I love Fake. I love Mind Trips, you know, but Forever is the song. Like, this album is called Brother Sister. This album could have been called Forever. I'll keep it a buck. This album could have been called Forever too.
Mm-hmm. 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 That'd have been a better title anyway.
I mean,
Like even without the context of the song, like just forever. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Well, obviously that didn't last that long. So
Mm, mm, mm.
they made it to daybreak though.
They made it to Daybreak.
like what you did there.
It's the wine. It's the wine.
So the album does close with Daybreak, which I love, but Forever.
Yeah.
That could have been the closer for
That
real.
should have been the closer for the album.
Yes.
Forever should have been the closer for the
I
album.
mean, if ever did anyone sing down, she sang the downest that ever down. She Tanya Morgan did so damn down. Like
Mm-hmm. Mm. I love that record so much.
so good.
And so Elise, you know how we talked about earlier, JR, you know how we talked it about earlier about how
Yeah.
come this wasn't a single?
Mhm.
Mhm.
File this in that same cabinet. Bam. How the fuck wasn't Forever a single?
How the fuck in black ass United of the fucking States.
Girl.
Um, do you know? It wouldn't have took me years later to get a CD to get into them because if I'd have heard that,
Mm,
and you know the way it, whatever regular radio, let me tell you who they ate that up. Don't contemporary they ate that the fuck up.
absolutely.
I know y'all don't live here, but that would have been on
Absolutely.
Foxy 107, 104. The best of the 90s, the 80s time.
Jesus.
Mm.
I remember the first time I heard Omar's Saturday.
Ah, oh my,
My.
Oh my.
My.
that's my guy.
Saturday. And that shit came on, guess where? BET's Video Vibrations. The same place I
Vibration.
heard all these records I've been talking about,
Oh
right?
yeah. Oh yeah.
My. And I was just like, this is what R&B sounded like in 94, and this is what it sounds like in 95, 96. I'm just saying. And I was like, when you hear Forever, I'm like, this shit is one of the most enduring, one of the most standout records. And if you didn't already love India Davenport and someone played this for you, you're gonna be like, well, what else you got? What else you got any more of that India Davenport?
You're like, I need it,
I
baby.
need
Need
I
it,
need that.
baby.
I
I
need
need it,
that.
baby, right now. Oh, why is this song so? It's so good. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh man. But so the
I'm so
album,
angry.
but the album closes with Daybreak. And when the album closes, now I hear the UK version later. I hear the US version first and the UK version later, not long after. Because in the early stages of the album first coming out, this is when like people are the most excited about it. It's like, but did you hear this one? And I hear it and I'm like, wait, why isn't Midnight at the Oasis on this? Why isn't World Keeps Spinning on this? And then you fast forward some months and they kind of give up on this record, promoting this record, trying to sell this record at
Clearly.
all.
Mm-hmm.
They
Clearly.
quit. They quit. But Jamiroquai starts blowing up,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
did they not? What? Why didn't they come back to this record? There's so many songs on this joint you could have played. You could have put on a single. You could have made a B-side. You could have serviced to the radio. You could have given straight to the clubs, and they did later. But by the time Spend Some Time comes out as a single, it's like people are just playing with this, and they're not even bothering with the album anymore. And later on, because we're thinking, okay, so Jamiroquai is the new wave, and Brand New Heavies broke up. We think they're done. We think, all right, we're waiting for the new India Davenport solo album. And then a few months later, this song comes out from the soundtrack of a movie, Prayer Porte, called Close to You. And we're like, so Brand New Heavies is still together. Wait a minute. Who are you? So we're very confused because we're like, wait, so if Brand New Heavies is still together and they're still releasing music
Mm-hmm.
in the US, they just gave up on that album. And I'm screaming bloody murder because I'm like, you know what? I'm like 20, and I'm like, look, if I had any power, if I worked at a record label, if I wasn't A&R, like in my head, I always imagined I was, and this is the era too of Talking Jazz where I'm getting all the Giles Peterson compilations, Brazilica, which is the Japan only. Don't ask how I know about that existing. They had two compilations, Talking Jazz themes from the Black Forest one, and then more themes from the Black Forest. So themes from the Black Forest 1 and 2, they repackaged it later. And I'm like, oh, that shit wasn't called 1 and 2. It was called More Themes from the Black Forest. I know I was there. It was 1994. You know what I'm saying? I still had a hairline. You can still this is still you can still see this. This was still here.
You
It's
sound
how
like
long
me
ago
to
it
JR.
was.
I'll be like, I was there. I was
I was
there,
there.
But then I'm like, okay, you could have redone this record. And in my head, I always think about if you give me Brother Sister and say, hey, I want you to re-release this album. I'm gonna have a good time, Brother Sister, Dream On Dreamer, 10 Ton Take, Mind Trips, Fake. Um,
Yep.
I think I might put Midnight at the Oasis right after Fake. Then I'd go spend some time, Los Burritos, and then instead of Back to Love, I think I might put um World Keeps Spinning there.
The world keeps spinning
Then I go to Back to Love, then Snake Hips, then Keep Together, People Giving Love, Gay Break, and finish the album with Forever.
forever.
That'd
Forever.
be my
Yes.
version of the album.
That yes. Yeah.
So, so Dart. Actually, it makes even less sense for Forever Not to be a single when you think about what like If You Love Me was doing with
Yes,
Brownstone, like
exactly.
to where like a pure like just R&B, but like that was in that 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 was what was it. So
Yeah.
that's confusing to have songs like those, like that song, that were doing big things that were very heavily accepted by the Blacks and the others.
And the
Yeah.
Strike a pose.
But yes, definitely. I'm swapping Daybreak and Forever to close out this album.
Hard
That's
agree.
just that's a no-brainer for me. This album
Agree.
should have closed with Forever. That should have been the last thing I heard fading out from this record.
Even
Those
the way
vocals fading
that
out.
record fades out in itself is an album closer. That
Thank
last
you.
that last about 20 to 25 seconds of this song. That come on.
Look, you find me somebody who heard this album in a reasonable time frame and was like, wait, you don't finish the album with Forever? After you hear how it fades out. I grew up, I'm old. I'm 50 now. I listened to records on vinyl. I listen to records on 8 track. I listen to records on cassette. I listen to 45s. And the fade out sometimes is so iconic that you're like, oh, you gotta finish off with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you gotta finish off with this. This gotta be the last thing you hear. And you gotta pick up that needle, flip that bitch over. and play something else. That needs to be the lasting sound you hear. Yes, definitely. It's not the same as like when you're listening to the shit on CD too, and then like the fade out. People don't even think about the fade out by that time.
That's how
You
people
have
get to
to,
a certain point and
yeah, but
seem to. I
yeah,
don't do it because I want every morsel of a song. I want the scraps. Yeah.
yes.
But I'm
Because
a nerd.
again, going back to when I was a little kid, I was saying to somebody, I was like, the time used to make albums with 6 songs on them. There used to be 3 songs aside, and them
Yeah.
songs would be long as shit. And when they ended, you was mad.
As fuck. Mhm.
That's wild. I'm like, I remember when 7779311 ended, and I was just like, oh. I was explaining to somebody, I was like, when I was a kid, I remember like there was a Prince song, Why You Want to Treat Me So Bad? And when it fades out with the guitars playing at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh man. And then it's doing and it fades. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. It's like JR, it's like when we taught the Zoe, it was like with D'Angelo's Untitled, to where it's
Yeah.
long as fuck and it cuts off. And and
It
we still
cuts off.
it
Sorry.
cuts off. And then we
What a
still mad
highlight. Sorry.
and we still was mad it was over. And
Yes.
that song long as a bitch.
Longer.
And we mad as full.
That song like 7 minutes long.
Is and we
Oh,
still mad. And
child.
it is only that short because the tape cut off.
Yeah.
Right out the tape.
Ah.
There he is. I remember explaining to somebody, I was like, so Isaac Hayes made a song album called Hot Buttered Soul. Go look how many songs is on it. It's an
Oh God.
album. It's an album.
A full and it ain't even that long. Ain't even that long.
Mm-mm.
I'm like, Isaac, you wrong for this.
And people bought it. And it
And
was
I'm
like,
sure did. I know my grandparents had it. The free.
I got it.
That joint got 4 songs. Four.
yes.
I got it.
4 songs. But guess how long the album is? Like 50 minutes. I mean,
I remember that album used to confuse the shit out of me when I was a kid. It was like Isaac Hayes, Hot Buttered Soul. I flip it over. I'm like, wait, what? You can do that?
It's a little jarring.
I thought 8 tracks was called 8 tracks because it was 8 tracks. And then you realize there ain't 8 tracks on the 8 track all the time. So what's called an 8 track if
that,
there's ain't 8 tracks?
that part.
And then my favorite all time 8 track was I think I told y'all about it. It was the Jackson 5 joint with Reflections when they did the song Reflections, and I was like, ain't no way they redid Reflections. Who
I
gave them
love
the authority? Who
Respect
greenlit this?
my authority.
all the
How dare
time.
they? And when I heard it, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, yeah, totally, yeah. They got it. Y'all got that. Y'all got that. Y'all can do it. Go ahead. Sure.
Yes. But who? Did we do it? Did we finish it?
Oh,
Yeah.
listen.
No, I know we did.
Y'all body this, man. I learned so much from this episode. But it just makes me think, like, Dart, what you were saying, it was just like, what the hell was these A&Rs thinking when you had a good album in your hands and y'all didn't do it right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think
Because
they had a good album in their hands already. I think they had a great all-time great album that they completely
right,
dropped the ball on.
right. Because this is 94 and this is the beginning of 94. So, like you said, Janae is out, all of them is out. It would have fit right into all of this. It would have fit into the playlist of what was being played on the radio at the time. They
dropped the ball.
Dropped it. And I mean badly.
Yeah. They quite literally gave up on this album.
Yes.
They gave up on it. There's no other way. If I go back and I go back and I go through the record and sift through the detritus and all the everything, it's very clear They gave up on promoting this record. They gave up on pushing this record. They gave up on trying. They were like, it's doing fine in Europe. It's doing fine overseas. They're already on tour. Why? Just
Right.
move on. And plus, India's going solo. That's pretty much how it was. It was like,
That's what it seemed like. Yeah, like it's like we gonna give this a little bit. We know where she's going, and then that's it.
yeah,
It's like no, but y'all have an amazing body of work here.
yeah. They should have fought for this particular
Yes.
album more. And I promise you, I know there's a 30th anniversary edition, which I haven't heard. Because in my head, I made the perfect version of this album. And you can call it Brother Sister, or you can call it Forever. But I promise you, anybody who's listening to this, if you take the sequence I had and reorder this album and play it, you can't tell me that in 94 and 95 that shit wouldn't have been everywhere. There's no way. I was there.
Yep, it was. Hmm. So that's my favorite line. I was there.
Yes,
Literally.
yes, and they know that's one of your favorite lines. Like mine is bliss.
Forever is bliss. That's
Oh,
right.
oh, oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Correct. Like what you did there.
Perfect song is perfect. All right.
Mhm.
So now we have got to my favorite part of the show. And this one finna be silly. So, because on this show we have visited the year 1994 a lot and we have covered a lot of these songs. Um, I'll go give you a song from 1994 that's on the charts in 94
Mhm.
of what I think were either the most silly or
Mhm.
ridiculous songs out. And you know what to do. You know what to
Oh,
do.
yeah.
All
Mhm.
right. The first one, I'm gonna go with it's on
Oh, Lord.
Domino,
Oh.
sweet potato pie.
On Outbursts. On
No,
Outburst
you
Records.
did.
I'm all
No,
messed up. I don't know why. I don't know why.
I
A slice,
cannot.
just a
Can I
slice.
leave? Can I just leave? Can I leave?
No.
So the thing that kills me about this Domino record is that
Oh my God.
I think he was on this label. He was the only person on this imprint label. Um, and he
Uh,
was making hits. I don't know how. He's just doing this sing-songy shit. And it was like, I don't sweet potato pie, like, how does this become a hit? What's going on in America with the youth and
The
adults?
Ute.
This shit blows up.
ah,
It
Like
did.
Ghetto Jam, I kind of got.
Ghetto jam.
Jam is about to slam and everything it could be. Hey, hey, I kind of get that. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
sweet potato pie was like, I could do anything. Scoop doop dooby doo ah. Sweet potato pie. Like,
Itty bitty
what?
bop. Mm.
I was so disappointed with my entire generation when sweet potato pie blew up because I didn't even pretend like I really liked it. I was just like, oh, this is what we doing now. I was disappointed when this shit hit. To me, this was almost as disappointing, but not as disappointing as when Paperboy's Diddy was a hit.
Oh.
Like I was just mad at the world when Diddy was a hit. I was
And
just like, really?
they used to wear that out on Rap City. Why?
I'm from Long Beach, so it's gonna be a hit anyway.
Okay, yeah. But I still remember it. That's fucked up. I hate that. I hate
Yeah.
that for me.
I hate that I remember the logo for the single because I was standing there like people like this shit.
Oh my God.
All right. Next song. Sweet Sable. Old Time
Ooh,
Steak.
That's my shit.
Nicki Nicole. Yes. It was produced by a female producer named Nicki Nicole, who
Mm-hmm.
used to hang out at D&D Studios.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing about this was that Nicki was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna get on this record, and I'm gonna tell everybody I produced this shit." Because now it's such a very simple song. Sweet Sable ain't a great singer. Just like back in the days when we had freestyle, and it would either be the girl everybody was in love with, the girl everybody was cool with, and we just gonna put her in the studio and have her sing the song. And then you had the other side where it was like the girl could sing her face off, and we're gonna have her in the studio. And they were both friends, right? But smoking a blunt and sipping on a Heineken. I'm like
Love that record, yo. What? That's
smoking on her and sipping on her,
Gonna
smoking on her and sipping on her.
using that Eddie Kendrick sample. I'm here for it.
yeah.
Nicky Nicole, I'm a gangster, a ranger, a producer, a player.
Ha.
Also a Mac. Stay the fuck back. A girl on the track. I love a song you can sing along, a song you can sing along. Smoking on her,
Ah,
drinking on her, smoking on her, sipping on her. And then she starts singing again. I'm like, no one asked you to sing anymore. We could have faded this shit out. God damn it.
we could have. Yeah. Um. All right. Apparently, I just want to get on dark nerves because I'm just doing all these bad songs.
Right, you do. What? Yes, I'm like,
We've
girl.
been so serious. I just want to
Right.
levity, my friends. All
I
right.
get
The next
it.
one. This is a doozy. The Whitehead Brothers.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm
Your
goodbye.
love
I'm leaving.
is a
No,
what
Blah, blah, blah,
no,
blah, 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 blah.
leaving. I'm leaving.
Cow.
You don't see me anymore.
Your love is a 187.
Yo, let me tell you, Elise, JR,
Yes.
do you know how
Yes.
much fun I had when the Whitehead Brothers came out and they got their deal? When they were dropping, like, yeah, I was a
A
G.
G.
Get down, get crazy. But yet I was a G. And your love is a 187. It's pretty much getting
Be
on love.
straight to heaven.
Yeah,
Your
it's pretty much
Right.
getting on
love
love.
to
Yes.
see.
40 ounces of love. It was that shit for real. Now, do you know why that's so funny? Because
Why?
I was the motherfucker that busted them out. I was the dude going to the record store, the used record store, and I'll go to the section. I'll be pulling out, hey, you know the Whitehead Brothers? I remember them back when they were Kenny and Johnny, and they were styling, profiling, yeah. Hey, little girl, you look so fine. I just want to make you my baby. I remember when the Whitehead Brothers went on Soul Train. I'll never forget that. And for me, that's the Whitehead Brothers. And then they disappeared. Kenny and Johnny, the Whitehead Brothers, sons of Norman Whitehead. And
Mm-hmm.
then like they reappear in Philly. All of a sudden, they from the West Coast. They thugged out. They gangsters. They got vests on. They got khakis on. They got plaid on, and they're doing drive-bys. But these drive-bys, sex. They're doing sex drive-bys. They're
Oh my
spraying
God.
everybody
Oh my God.
with love bullets.
Help me, Jesus.
These gangsters of love, spraying the whole block, getting everybody wet with perspiration and not blood. The Whitehead Brothers. These motherfuckers.
Oh God. All right.
But you're pickaroos today, girl.
Yo,
Oh
you doing
God.
it. You doing it. You doing it.
Yes.
You doing it.
All right. We go actually we gonna go with because I to this day I think this is a silly ass song. And that is Ani Kamosi. Here
Here comes
comes
the hard
the hot
stepper.
stepper.
I'm the lyrical
Murderer.
gangster.
Murderer.
Producer, Mr. Murderer. Still living
Lay
like
like that.
that. So here's what's crazy about Here Comes the Hot Stepper, right?
uh,
I don't know if this is everybody's experience, But I feel like on the Northeast and the Eastern Seaboard, it might have been because at the time radio wasn't exactly uniform yet, but people were taking cues from each other.
Mhm.
So that was this weird thing that happened where Ivy Kamosi's Here Come the Hot Stepper came out around the same time as Ray Vaughan's No Gun, No Murder. Youth and youth, they must live together.
Yep.
They were playing these motherfucking records back to back
Yeah.
at the top of every hour on the radio. I couldn't get into a car. I couldn't be in a store. I couldn't be in a mall. I couldn't be in a place of business. I couldn't be in a motherfucking residence without hearing doonch, doonch, doonch. They Joe. I know we both don't know. Switch them up and go.
Uh-oh.
Chang, chang. And then next thing I hear is no gun, no murder. You then must live together. I was like, why they play these goddamn songs back to back? Everywhere. Everywhere. And then what would have made it worse is if somebody played some goddamn Mad Lion right afterwards. Oh, and you want to make it
Take it easy.
you
Bye.
want to
Bye.
you want to twist the knife? Oh, you want to twist the knife?
Go
You want
ahead.
to twist the knife?
Yeah.
Let's play some Little Vicious. I
Let
want
out
to
free. You
know
gotta free.
that
You
the
gotta let
fish
me.
just mind again, and then that's where I found the bend. Oh my God, Nika. Now it was bad enough that like you couldn't really escape freaks
No.
and
Let out
Glock.
free. You
Glock
gotta
and freaks. You couldn't escape that. But Nika was out of here. As soon as you heard, bing, you heard that music to start up, they would like play a whole hip hop reggae set.
Yep.
And it wouldn't stop with Here Come the Hot Stepper. You couldn't just play Here Come the Hot Stepper and play something else after it. No, they used to, we were doing a whole set now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing that used to kill me about that record. But yeah, that record it really wouldn't die.
Mm-mm.
And it was like it opened the door for other things.
It did. It did. All right. And then the last one is gonna be a song we all know and love, but we all know it is ridiculous. And
Nah.
that is by my good brothers, fellow North Carolinians,
Mm,
JoJo, KC, Devontae, and Dalvin,
mm.
and Feenan.
I'm glad you brought this up. This song is crazy because I was in high school when this came out. I was a high school senior when this song came out. And we used to make so much fun of this song, but we kept singing it. And the thing we used to say is the type of R&B it was like, the R&B when you be singing and you on your knees and you gotta find the floor. All of a sudden your hands, you just on the floor, you finding the floor. Can't leave you alone. Like you Stevie Wonder and shit. You blind. Oh, and you just holding your chest. You got me feeling. And you push your hands up to the sky. Oh, yeah. Oh. And you doing a body roll as your hands are in the air. Why? You know what I'm saying? And it's just like Jodeci was just so many levels of ridiculous. My girl been gone for an hour. Hey, let's load up, let's drive out to the desert and sing about it.
It's been an hour since you've been gone,
An
and
hour, bro.
and
An
that's too
hour.
long. That's too long.
Yes. And we're gonna wear vests, straight jackets. We're gonna wear vests under the straight jackets with our baggy jeans, with our Timberlands and our high techs. Girl, you got me crazy. You got me feeling for you. Oh
Mhm.
my God. This is the only way for me to show you how much I care and I appreciate and I love you. This shit
Mhm.
don't sound like a healthy relationship. This is 90s R&B though. And Fiendin' is a ridiculous over the top song. It's a ridiculous over the top concept. And even the way it's sung, I can't leave you alone. You got me feeling, feeling, feeling,
Got me
feeling.
going crazy.
Going to
Like
church on a record like this. Come on.
you should. Oh, you gonna go to church on this type shit, baby? I'm begging, baby. I'm begging. You don't go to church on this
That
type
I'm
of shit.
begging.
And then we're gonna play the organ. We're gonna use the saturation on the vocals. We're gonna do everything on this record. It is a absolutely ridiculous song, but it is a sign of what R&B was headed for and what it was at the time. So I appreciate it for existing, but we can't go back there. We're not going back there.
Mm.
We can't go back. Let it stay where it is. There's a sign out front telling us not to come in. We know it's there.
Mm-hmm.
It's marked on the map. Let's
Yeah.
drive past it.
Keep on trucking, baby.
Come on, Eddie.
The sweet sable got the Eddie in me. So just
All right, right.
Smoking a blunt. Stop. And
Sipping
sipping
on a
on the Heineken.
Heineken.
The way she stops, smoking a
A
blunt.
blunt.
Oh, but when you see the video, she sings it, smoking a blunt. And it's like, okay, waiting. And sipping on the Heineken. Nobody can
You and
replicate that
me
shit. You can't replicate that shit ever.
at
no.
all.
It sometimes that's a good thing.
Right.
I
Right.
I will say that to the top of my lungs, but I know it is ridiculosity.
Yeah, agreed.
At
I
its
love it.
Hey,
yeah,
that's
oh
why
yeah. I'm gonna say
R.I.P. to her.
yeah, that's how you know
yeah.
that.
Oh, she did pass. I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that's how like Sagat's Funk that was able to blow up because of that entire era. That shit couldn't exist at any other time.
Oh no. Oh no.
Fuck that.
Get a
That's
new
my favorite
t-shirt.
shit. I still love that shit. Like, oh, they talking shit. I love it. That's my bag. Yeah, Dart. I think we did it.
I bodied this, man. This is awesome. I got hella notes to look over.
If
Right.
anybody can decipher this,
Oh,
you're welcome to it.
look at Dart. See,
Your
I
notes.
started it like this, but I was
Dart.
like, y'all going too fast. So I was like, I need my.
Dart notes. They so decorative, like a fucking zine.
They
Yeah.
are.
I want to read that zine. I guess I've been reading it, huh?
Okay.
But thank you. Thank you
Hey,
for doing this album that means so much to me. I love it so much. One of my all-time faves, so I appreciate it.
hey, I was very glad to do this because this has been an album that I feel kind of evaded everybody for reasons. I feel like this is an album that should be celebrated more, but it isn't for reasons. And I feel like this is an album that was done a disservice by the label that handled it
Right.
for reasons.
Right.
Stupidity, one of them, um, lack of vision, one of them, and just unfortunate timing, the other one. Because again, I could have swore India was going to go solo sooner than she did.
Yeah.
It didn't happen. But also, this album had so much more to give. It could have been done so differently. And I know I'm not a genius and I don't know everything, but I know some shit. And what I do know is that this album could have been done better. And that's just not a lie. That's just not me thinking it is. That's just fact. This album could have been done better. And when you listen to this material on its own, you listen to this album and listen to these songs and listen to these vocals and listen to this musicianship and the sequencing of some of these songs that really smacks and songs that stick with you and have for over 30 years, it's very clear something went wrong. Something went very wrong.
Something just ain't right. Sorry.
Something, something just ain't
Yo,
right.
how we go all the way
Honestly,
It's all connected, nigga.
facts?
I'm wearing a Keith Sweat sweater right now.
You
Yeah,
are.
I'm wearing a Keith Sweat sweater right now. It's a Keith Sweat sweater right here.
It is.
This is what he wore when he was working in the office when he didn't quit his job right away.
Right.
I'm on the phone talking to you. I really should quit this job, but I don't know if I'm gonna make it in music. My boss says I need to leave because my third single done went gold.
Mhm.
I'm out this bitch, I guess. But I'm gonna leave you with this. Boom, 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 boom,
Keep
boom,
Sweat,
boom,
the
boom.
Harlemest nigga that ever Harlemed.
It's all of
That part. Harlem's nigga that ever Harlem. I like when you. What's wrong with you?
Keith went to
A
work.
lot.
Keith went to work right after he went to the barber shop on his break. That was Keith Sweat.
Yup. Yup.
he,
Yeah.
he's like, I'm gonna sing like these Clippers. We let Keith Sweat down here, down to the R&B representatives, though.
Them like these Clippers is crazy. That's the quote of 2025. Oh my god. I'm gonna post that shit on all the social medias.
I know, I
Oh,
know.
what is wrong with you, girl?
My eyes are watering. Oh my
We're gonna
god,
blame the
that shit is
wine.
crazy.
It's the wine.
That shit is wild.
We're definitely not gonna blame it on my personality. I would never.
That is wild.
Uh,
Oh my god. I'm just over here looking at my all the paintings on the wall. Oh my god. You hear that shit?
Oh, God,
Did
Jesus.
you hear that shit? Oh my god. That's crazy. Elise, what the hell's the matter with you?
you got time.
You ain't got enough time to cover that shit.
You want the unabridged.
Oh,
Oh.
God, Jesus.
Oh,
Mm.
but on that
Is the
note,
water under the bridge cool water? Goddamn.
Oh, Jesus.
I like cool water though.
Oh, God.
Mm.
Oh, I love it here. Well, Dart Adams, you got anything popping, bubbling you want to talk about, or no,
Yes.
or whatever
Okay,
you
so
want
this
to
is
say?
funny.
Look it, it's for you.
I have a lot of things I could talk about. I signed two NDAs, so can't. But currently I'm enjoying life. I'm teaching classes with Pendulum Inc. That is very fulfilling. I'm back doing a lot of public speaking and panels. I'm booked. I was booked heavy on October. I'm booked heavy in November. I got shit going straight through the next 4 months. So I'm blessed and happy. Because this year did not start out well. Let me tell you, it was slow for
Oh,
reasons. DEI.
period.
Now, I missed the classroom. I didn't get into the classroom until like the summer, but I'm there now, so that's what's important. I'm doing all this work with Everyone 250 to bring awareness to Latino, Black, and Asian spaces in Boston when people visit the city for the 250th anniversary of America, provided they're still in America. But other than that, I'm enjoying writing pieces, piecing together history, and bringing together people to enjoy and celebrate Black music and what it's brought the world. No, not just the nation, but the world. So that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. And I'm beyond ecstatic and happy to be here again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
What
gotta
did you
pick
think?
another score album that Dark got to do.
Mhm.
I love, yes, I love. As busy as you are, you come kick it with your this
With your crazy
dysfunctional
folks,
family.
right?
Hey, hey, there's a lot of places that I'm like, ain't no way in hell I'm ever going on there. And then when y'all call, I'm like, I drop everything. I'm here. And even you ain't even gotta ask.
Yeah, we
You
like
don't
that
have to want to.
too. Oh God, Lord.
Oh, well, we love you forever. But yeah, thank you for kicking it with us. We love it. We always look forward to it.
Yes,
It's
indeed.
it's,
Oh,
it's a big
so do
deal
I.
to us.
Hey, so do I. I look forward to it too.
Yes.
Yeah. And we appreciate all folks that's watching us, our cousins and such. We love y'all, especially the live chat. What up, y'all? And you know what? We will catch y'all on the next Catch That. Like, subscribe, share, all that shit. Do it. Do it forever. Peace.